Samantha sure as heck don't like Baby Doll.
I like both of them myself.
Well, I knew you would. I saw you watching. I knew. I sat back, and I saw Harvey Martin watching that monitor. Well, you liked that part, didn't you?
Well, that's a good part.
Of course, you know, Sam Houston, here we go, the father of Texas,
that's
reincarnated.
Right. Legend.
But he had his hands full with Bull Payne. They don't call him Bull Payne for nothing now.
With a name like Bull Payne, it's got to hurt a little bit.
Never had it all in the GWF.
That's what we do. And today at the GWF, let's go to the ring as Gary Young meets Louie Spicolli and the Brute Force.
Force, remember.
Brute Force against Gary Young and Louie Spicolli, our opening event, this time on Major League Wrestling. We're here at the Global Dome. Craig Johnson along with Bruce Pritchard. There you see Louie Spicolli and one of the members of Brute Force. That is Jammer in the ring.
Now, how can you tell the difference? Which one's Slammer and which one's Jammer, Craig?
Well, what little color they do wear. Jammer has the color on the right leg, and Slammer has the color on the left leg. And that's how I tell.
So which one is that in the ring right now?
The one in the ring is Jammer. You got that one straight?
I've got that one.
Well, I'm sure the fans get confused at times. Let's see if Bonnie Blackstone has anything from the fans about Brute Force. Bonnie?
Up in the stands, Craig and Bruce, we're watching Brute Force wrestle, and I've got Roy here with me. Roy, what do you think? These guys are too ugly to be rock and roll stars. I bet they couldn't even play a kazoo.
Can't even play a kazoo? Well, I know these guys claim to be rock and rollers. As a matter of fact, they have an album out.
And for them, probably a very successful album, and we will see this week how successful they are in the ring. And against Gary Young, he's a very tough competitor. And Gary Young right now is taking it to Brute Force. That was Slammer in the ring right now, and in comes Jammer.
And Gary Young taking care of both of them. The fans like it. Here is the team of Brute Force, whose album is entitled Out for Blood, maybe Out for Lunch.
Maybe Brute Force underestimated the team of gorgeous Gary Young and Louie Spicolli. True, we haven't seen Louie Spicolli in the ring yet, but Gary Young has certainly taken the fight to Brute Force thus far.
Gorgeous Gary Young, a man who has held many titles, whether it be singles titles or tag team titles. Held the world-class tag team titles with Cactus Jack on more than one occasion. Rookie of the Year in 5 different organizations over a few years span. Of course, Rookie of the Year determined by many organizations as your first year in that organization. Nice
Gary Young's been around a long time, as evident right there with that clothesline. And Brute Force backing up. I think right now he wishes maybe Louie Spicolli was in the ring. He doesn't want that much of Gary Young.
Slammer is having his problems with the gorgeous one. Side headlock now. Handful of hair. Slammer trying to get some sort of leverage. Each competitor attempting a hip toss, and Gary Young gets the best of that one. Over the top rope he goes.
Well, the experience of Gary Young showing that time, because Gary Young didn't just stop. Gary Young didn't give up. He continued. He had something in mind that he wanted to do, and he continued that thought all the way through, and it proved to be successful.
Now, with the similarities of Slammer and Jammer, the team members of Brute Force, I know you're having a little trouble telling them apart. I would guess that the referee might have a little trouble telling them apart if they were to switch on the outside.
Well, not just the referee, but their opponents. You get used to seeing one guy in the ring, and then all of a sudden, you're not really sure yourself which one you know, if you have somebody down, you're punishing him, you're not sure which one you're wrestling.
Jammer in the ring now, drop kick by Spicolli. And Spicolli's sure that whatever man is in the ring right now is sending them both down.
This is true, but they sent Spicolli right down to the mat that time.
Jammer with the clothesline. And to the middle rope he goes. Double axe handle. Spicolli back down to the mat.
You notice Brute Force has a vicious streak about them. These two gentlemen, they seem to do whatever it takes. And then some, maybe, Craig.
And that's the key to a lot of tag team success.
It's key to, like, anybody's success. If you do whatever it takes, then, you know, most of the times you'll be successful.
Well, sometimes you can go a little bit too far on that.
Sometimes maybe, sometimes maybe not.
Cover. Down at 2. Spicolli with a kick out as Jammer had the cover, but kind of a lackadaisical cover there.
Well, maybe Brute Force just wants to punish Spicolli a little more. I mean, Gary Young seemed to almost have his way with Brute Force, and Brute Force now having the upper hand. Well, maybe they just want to punish him a little bit more.
Brute Force keeping Louie Spicolli in their corner. Double axe handle to the back, and Slammer and Jammer taking their toll on one Louie Spicolli. Tag into Jammer. Slammer keeping him in the corner, but you notice the knee by Jammer with a lot of velocity right to the midsection. Gary Young wants to come in and help, and I think Gary Young's had about enough.
Well, Gary Young right now going to work on Brute Force, but this isn't really helping his team because he's not the legal man in, and on the other side, Brute Force, well, he was having his way with Louie Spicolli, but you see the referee with Gary Young and Brute Force double teaming Louie Spicolli.
End of the rope, duck under one clothesline, couldn't escape the second one. Slammer with a cover, grapevine, and a count of 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of the match,